Hello, incredible English 114 and 115 faculty. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to go over your instructional strategy. So what is an instructional strategy? An instructional strategy simply means the ways in which you use the areas of the virtual classroom along with your words, your presence, your engagement, your relevant content and expertise to make the classroom your own and to bring the content and curriculum to life for your students. An instructional strategy is essentially a plan, an idea for how you will bring you into the classroom and for how you plan to utilize the tools and technology at your disposal to connect with your classroom and bring your humanity into that space. So let's discuss what this looks like, how it works, and how the instructional strategy that you'll develop for English 114 and 115 might be a little different than the one you might have developed for other courses or in the past. Now, the first step is to understand the vision and purpose of our composition series. In English 114, our goal is to enable and empower our students to recognize the importance of writing and research, particularly personally, academically, and professionally. And we're really breaking the mold rather than teaching them the rules of writing well, do this, don't do that. We're really empowering them to think critically about audience, purpose, platform, the fundamentals of using language to express their ideas from the sentence up. In English 115, we build upon those concepts and add in research. So our goal here is to enable and empower students to recognize the importance and relevance of research, while also empowering them to use the writing and research process to develop compelling evidence-based arguments. The theme of the course really is citizen journalists in a world in which you have the ability to comment on and play a direct role in just about every issue, every question, every point that matters in our world. We're empowering our students to join that conversation with confidence and purpose. Now, how we achieve that particular vision, well, we go through it in a step-by-step process. We want to make sure that we're cultivating consistent faculty presence where it matters most, that we're connecting all areas of the classroom, that we're creating opportunities for engagement through individual connection, that we're helping our students to understand the why behind each assignment and unit, and that we're guiding students through the course and creating opportunities to both learn and practice. And I think key to all of this is keeping it in the classroom. Your instructional strategy will help you to develop a fantastic world for your students to be and learn within. And once we've established that world, we want to keep our students in it as much as possible. So in terms of what matters, what really matters when it comes to student success in your class? It's ultimately the individual connections that you create with your students through your presence, engagement, and relevance. And where do we do this? Where does it matter most? Well, in order of importance to student success, it all starts with outreach. Outreach is where you engage your students. It's a way to guide them through the course and their learning journey while also building confidence and establishing that why. Second is Telepath, and this is the foundation of each course. The Telepath and corresponding lesson guides are where students learn and begin to build their knowledge and confidence, and this is where their learning and progress, where their effort directly impacts their grade. This is where they see the value of effort and progress over perfection. Telepath is also where students are gaining knowledge, learning key concepts, and also connecting those concepts to their personal lives through their narrative and avatar. The discussion boards are number 3 because this is where students are practicing. This is where they're developing their skills. This is where they're receiving individualized feedback and support from you, and where they're building classroom community and establishing that all-important growth mindset. The gradebook is, of course, where we are providing feedback regarding their learning and growth, where we are supporting that growth and progress, and where we can then tie in Telepath and create additional learning opportunities. So we are assessing students in the gradebook while also creating opportunities for them to continue to improve. Now, the announcements, I want you to think of these as the bulletin board of the classroom. This is where you're setting the tone, you're highlighting important information, you're explaining why something matters beyond just the numerical grade, you're making the classroom colorful, you're bringing it to life. It's that lovely extra, the sprinkles, so to speak, on your Sunday. And the live chats. Many instructors, when they start teaching online, start with the live chats because it feels the most like a traditional classroom. But these actually come in last. The students coming to your live chats, they're not starting there. The students who come to your live chats, generally speaking, have done other things. They've started in Telepath, they've previewed the assignments, they feel really comfortable with where they're at. And they're coming to the chats because they want extra one-on-one time with you. They're looking for extra enrichment, extra guidance, extra support. They're looking for that cherry on top. And thus the live chats are not a starting point for our students, and they're not the best resource for struggling students, but rather they are where we help individual students navigate the course and learn with their instructor. You want to think of the live chats as additional opportunities for engagement and enrichment beyond the course content. So how do you develop an instructional plan for each unit? Well, remember, your plan needs to create space for a lot of different learning methods and styles. It should help you connect the areas of the classroom together. It should help you guide students through the course, and it should really highlight personal and professional relevance. What's more, your plan should help you to motivate students and create multiple entry points into the classroom. Your students are going to fall behind. It's going to happen. So the way in which you create spaces for them to jump back in is critical. Now, when you're developing your instructional plan, be intentional. Use the expectations and faculty mindset as a guide. I also highly recommend developing a kind of theme for each unit. This can be extremely creative, or it could be something that's entirely your own. It could be just a usual overview, or we can take it in a variety of different directions. Let you be you, let it shine. And plan how you're going to integrate your unique personal and professional expertise within the narrative elements of the course and the various other aspects of the classroom. So how are you going to bring more of you into the spaces that already exist? It's also extremely important that we evaluate our course health. So as we go through this process, we'll try things that may work and things that may not. And we can evaluate the success of things that we're trying by looking at student participation and completion in places like in Telepath, student LDA, as well as the DFW rate, the rate of students in our courses earning a D and F or being withdrawn. And we can use that information to adjust and adapt as needed. Now below you'll find a sample instructional strategy. And again, this is just an example. It's not something that you have to use or that you have to necessarily copy. It's just an idea to get you started. So we see for Unit 2, we have a theme developed for each course. And again, this theme can be very specific, it can be very general, it can be deeply rooted in the objectives, or it can be very deeply rooted in you, for example. For me in my own classroom, I love comic books. I love superheroes, so I have a superhero theme. And Unit 2, for example, where we talk about audience, where we talk about purpose, where we talk about an initial journey, we talk about a superhero's first step on an incredible adventure. In Unit 4, where we talk about persuasion, we talk about why the Jedi are the most incredible persuasive forces in the universe and how you can harness that power for yourself. It's up to you. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Now, we always want to start with outreach when it comes to our instructional strategy because that's the foundation. So plan out when and how you want to use outreach to connect with your students. In this example, sending out Monday motivation quotes that align with the theme, sending out a class-wide email on Tuesday to get students excited for what they'll be doing that unit, following up with struggling students midway through the week, and ending the week with a make the most of your weekend motivational message. You can do more, you can do less, it's up to you, but this is just one particular approach. For Telepath, we want to make sure that we're reviewing Telepath pre-session and that we're checking Telepath daily as per the expectations. For me though, I like Tuesday to be my celebrate day. I like Wednesday and Thursday to be my Are There Any Issues day, where I work one-on-one with students, and my Monday to be my Encourage Progress day. Students need help navigating Telepath. Sometimes they'll get caught in we call the dreaded practice loop, where instead of completing all their lessons, they're stuck working on one lesson that they find challenging. And we can help break that loop and get them to put their energy where it's going to help them most, as one example. Now the discussion boards being number 3. Per the expectations, we always want to post an initial post, which opens the workshop and invites students to participate, and we want to check it daily. These are also some general rules for just how to approach the discussion boards, including individualizing and reinforcing all responses, using the language in Telepath as well as Lena and George to help students reflect on shared experiences, build excitement for student ideas, and of course encourage conversation and build confidence. The most important thing we can do in the discussion board is find ways to build our students' confidence and get them excited about the work that they're doing. Now the gradebook, just some suggestions here. Clearly identifying student strengths and opportunities for improvement, using the rubrics, using the language of Telepath, as well as using our avatars and that narrative element. You can add extra elements in here as well. Maybe you want to make sure that you're posting 0 grades right away with a positive note. Maybe there's a specific day that you want to start doing your grades to make sure they're done on time. Maybe you always want to do a track changes document, or maybe you want to try something a little different. That's a great place, or this is a great place to identify those spaces and those opportunities to keep exploring and growing. Now for the announcements, there's a lot of options here. You can post or list how many times you want to post. There's only one required per week, and that's your overview by Tuesday end of day. So in this example, we're doing 2 separate days, an overview on Tuesday and a motivational on Thursday, Friday. The overview sets the unit theme, highlights important dates and assignment, lists the live chat day and time, speaks to why, and helps students navigate the classroom, provides some direction. And motivational echoes the theme, ties in professional relevance, and builds student confidence. It usually includes either a video or a motivational quote. Now the live chat that we have planned out here, this is the extra, this is the fun. In this plan, we're beginning with the unit theme. We're doing a 5-minute guide to the Unit 2 assignments. We're talking about what our avatars, Lena and George, are up to. And then we dive into a workshop type setting. In English 114, that's why audience and purpose matter. In English 115, that's how to select a great topic. We also have space for discussion and practice. Where did George go wrong? Or in 115, can you tell the difference between fact and opinion? And perhaps even a little bit of a game. So in English 114, what's his purpose? And English 115, maybe a little credibility jeopardy. Now again, how you approach these different areas of the classroom is completely up to you. And your instructional strategy should not pigeonhole you in one way or the other. It's just some ideas of how you want to approach each unit and how you want to navigate the unit, how you want to bring it to life for your students. If you feel this will be a useful tool for you, you have a blank instructional strategy right here that you can fill out. In this, you can identify your theme for each unit, your goals, how you want to bring in your professional and personal expertise and relevance, how you may want to use the avatars and the narrative for each unit, and you can build that out into a plan. Now, I, for one, cannot wait to see how you bring your classroom to life. Because while we are all teaching similar content and curriculum, we all have a unique approach, a different way of bringing that content to life for our students. And your instructional strategy is just one way in which you can develop and build your approach. One way in which you can bring your classroom to life and make it utterly unique to you and to your students. And that is where success lies. The ways in which you connect with your students and the ways in which you use the tools before you to teach your students. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see your classroom come to life. As always, if you have any questions or need any help, please let me know. Feel free to reach out to me as well as your colleagues in English 114, 115, and I cannot wait to keep learning and growing with you.